sustainability in our transportation, to make that shift, to do the cultural change, to make schools different, have a different school. These are the total light vehicle duty sales compared to, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this. AFV stands for alternative fuel vehicle. And as you can see, they have been on the rise, and it's been going up compared to the total sales in the United States. But there is a catch here that I would like to bring it to your attention. The alternative fuel vehicles, AFVs, look at this. These are the charts that Marianne researched for me a couple of weeks ago, last week actually, she was working on this. And then I caught on this and I said, Bob, don't forget this. Look at this. It says by technology type. What is the biggest chunk? Ethanol flex internal combustion engine, right? ICE stands for internal combustion engine. These are the biggest chunk of the alternative fuel vehicles in the market, right? These numbers are a bunch of lies, purely misleading. The Congress of the United States passes something that they call CAFE standards. How many of you know CAFE? It's CFA, C-A-F-E, Corporate Average Fuel Standard Economy, Corporate Average Fuel Economy. They came in 2004, 2005, and they said to car manufacturers, you must meet a certain percentage of alternative fuel vehicle in your sales. So what they did, they came with the dual fuel ethanol flex internal combustion engine, okay? They didn't put any stickers on their cars. They didn't make any information available to the customers, and they just kept selling them. And they went back to the government, they went back to the EPA, and they said, we meet our target. See, we are selling these ethanol cars, okay? In 2009, there were 8.5 million dual fuel cars in the United States. Guess how many of them were using ethanol, what we call E85? Only 500,000. Department of Energy did a survey. 68% of the people who have ethanol flex fuel cars, they didn't even know their car is an ethanol fuel flex car. Their car was capable of running on ethanol. They didn't know because the car manufacturers didn't even let them know. They just reported to EPA that they are selling this.
Why?
Why? Because if you are buying a Toyota Camry and you go to a car dealer and the car dealer says, well, it's a new technology and it's ethanol, it can run on ethanol fuel also. And that's the other one, the regular one. Which one do you buy? Most people will say, I'm not going to buy the new technology. This thing is a piece of crap. I'm going to buy the Camry that has been in the market forever. And you know what? Going from a conventional internal combustion engine to an ethanol flex fuel, do you know how much it costs the car manufacturers? Less than $200. Yes.
Is it the same price to the customers? Was it the same price, ethanol and regular car?
It's the same car. People didn't even know. The Department of Energy was surprised why there is not a demand on ethanol fuel when they're selling all these cars. And they did the survey. In 2009, 8.5 million ethanol fuel cars capable. In the market, only 504,000 were using ethanol fuel, and they were all fleet cars. They were cars that were owned by companies and organizations that they knew already, and they had bought it for that purpose. 8 million drivers had ethanol fuel capability, but they didn't even know. So Congress changed. Now if you go, the caps are different. Now the caps to the tank, they're yellow. And on that it says E85 capable and all that. And there's a sticker. And in the dashboard they have to say that this is dual fuel capable and all that, okay? So at least Congress took that step in 2011, okay? But will it fix the problem? Will it fix the problem? No. There are how many, okay, this is a good one. How many gas stations, ballpark, do you think we have in the United States? Ballpark. If anyone says this, I'm buying dinner too in addition to that.
100,000?
Huh?
100,000?
A little bit higher. We have the last estimate 167,000 gas stations in the United States, which is on decline by the way, because in 1998 it was 205,000.
She should get it.
Yeah, she should get it.
I hope you know the plastic video.
No, We have 167,000 ballpark gas stations in the United States. On the decline, 1994 to 2005. Of the 167,000 gas stations, how many of them are selling ethanol, what we call E85? By the way, normal gasoline that you put in your car is what we call E10. 10% of that is ethanol, right? EPA wants to go to E15, going from 10 to 15. And guess what the car manufacturers have said? 8 major car manufacturers have said anyone who puts E15 gasoline in their cars, all our warranties are void. Because our engine is not designed. The dynamic of that is different. But the E85 is when 85% is ethanol. Now, of the 167,000 gas stations in the United States, how many of them sell ethanol, E85? Less than 2,800. So even if you sell all these cars to these people, where the heck are they going to get it? Obama came up with the idea, because the tanks are going to cost about $60,000 to $70,000. If I'm a gas station owner, why do I spend $60,000 to $70,000? Go through the regulatory nightmare and come up with an additional inspection on one more tank in my property and all that, when there are not that many customers for it. So Obama administration is now giving incentives, tax subsidies to gas station owners who want to put these ethanol tanks in their property. And they're hoping that by the year 2015 they can reach 10,000. That's going to be 10,000 out of 167,000 gas stations. So the delivery system is the challenge. So these numbers are very misleading. You have a question?
Yeah. Is ethanol actually more renewable than fossil fuels?
You're going to get to that. Okay. Different kinds of ethanol. And that's we're not going to spend a lot of time, but you're going to get it. So now if you look at the other chart, again, look at these. If you look at the vehicle stocks, you can see that the numbers are going way up there. In 2009, we had 8.5 million. In 2009, we had 8.5 million of these ethanol flex fuels. But if you look at this, you say, wow, gee, we're making such a tremendous progress. Yeah, but this 8.5 million, only this part of it, only 500,000 are actually using ethanol. The rest, they're putting the same garbage. They're putting E10 because they didn't know first. And even now that they know, where the heck are they going to get E85? There is no E85. Have you seen a gas station that has E85 in Los Angeles? Because it costs $70,000 to put those stupid tanks in there. And why gas station owner wants to go through that for what? So I'm telling you these as so that you know the challenges we're facing that we have to overcome. Very quickly, other things that I would like to share with you is that the car technology is going to change also. I'm working with an Institute of Design in Pasadena, and we are working on the cars. We call it Car 2035. There's a book actually that's going to come out next week. That we are putting concepts together. The car technology itself is changing to make it sustainable for in the future. As you can see, we are going to hybrids, we're going to 7 seats so more people can fit in the car. The technology for manufacturing is going to change. You're going to see more and more composite. You're going to see tubeless rather than the old frame that we used to build, which is very bulky and very heavy, and it takes a lot of energy to move. It's going to be composite, it's going to be lighter, it's going to take less energy to move. And there are a lot of things that's happening in terms of technology is that the cars are going to be so-called autonomous cars. That pretty much you sit there, as you can see, you play with your dogs and you drink your coffee and watch a movie and the car drives itself. And it says pay toll half a mile and the car automatically debits your card or your cellular account or whatever. And this is the big thing. And what's the guy's name? The chairman of Google? Schmidt. The chairman of Google said, transportation system is a software, and human beings are viruses, are bugs. We are trying to debug the system. By debugging the system, we are going to what we call the autonomous vehicles. Have you seen these? They go around. They go around. We passed the bill a couple of years ago in California. We were testing these. You're going to see these on the street. You see these cars, and you see this. You see somebody sitting in the car, and you know the scary part that's going to freak the bejesus out of people? There's not going to be anybody in the car. That's part of the test. You still have not got to that part of the test. This is still the operator there that can override the system. But the test is that, see, she's reading, and the car has all the sensors and communicates with itself, and we call these autonomous vehicles. California